Ever feel that little buzz of excitement when you're about to eat your favorite food? Or that rush of satisfaction when you finally finish a tough project? What about that warm, fuzzy feeling you get when you're laughing with your best friends? That, my friends, is the magic of dopamine at work. You've probably heard of dopamine. It's often called the pleasure chemical or the feel-good hormone, but that's just scratching the surface. Dopamine is so much more than that. It's a powerful neurotransmitter, a chemical messenger in your brain that plays a massive role in how you feel, what motivates you, and even how you move. Think of it as your brain's internal reward system. It's the little voice in your head that says, "Hey, that was awesome. Let's do that again." It's what makes you want to seek out experiences that bring you joy and satisfaction. So how does it all work? Imagine your brain is a complex city with roads connecting different neighborhoods. Neurotransmitters like dopamine are the delivery trucks, carrying important messages from one part of the brain to another. When you do something your brain enjoys, like eating a delicious slice of pizza, listening to your favorite song, or getting a like on your social media post, specific brain regions release a flood of dopamine. This dopamine then travels to other areas, particularly the parts of your brain associated with pleasure and reward. This release creates that feeling of pleasure and tells your brain, "This is good, remember this." It reinforces the behavior, making you more likely to repeat it in the future. It's a fundamental survival mechanism. Our ancestors got a dopamine hit from finding food or successfully hunting, which motivated them to keep doing those things to survive. Today, that same system drives us to achieve goals, learn new skills, and connect with other people. It's the engine of our motivation. Let's break down its key roles. First, there's pleasure and reward. Dopamine is the star player here. It's released in anticipation of a reward, not just when you get it. That's why the build-up to Christmas can sometimes feel more exciting than the day itself. The anticipation of opening presents is a huge dopamine trigger. This is what drives you to work hard for a promotion or train for months for a marathon. The promise of that future reward keeps you going. Next up is motivation and focus. Dopamine is crucial for what we call goal-directed behavior. When your dopamine levels are balanced, you feel driven, focused, and ready to tackle challenges. It helps you zero in on a task and gives you the mental energy to see it through. Ever had one of those days where you're just in the zone and you're incredibly productive? You can thank your well-functioning dopamine system for that. It helps you stay on track and filters out distractions, allowing you to concentrate on what's important. Dopamine also plays a surprising role in memory and learning. Because it reinforces rewarding behaviors, it helps your brain form strong memories associated with those experiences. If you learn a new skill and feel a sense of accomplishment, the dopamine release helps cement that new knowledge in your brain. It's your brain's way of saying, "Pay attention. This is important stuff we might need later." This is why hands-on, engaging learning experiences are often more effective than just reading a textbook. And of course, we can't forget mood regulation. Balanced dopamine levels are essential for feeling happy, optimistic, and emotionally stable. When dopamine is flowing properly, it contributes to a general sense of well-being. It is a key ingredient in the complex chemical cocktail that governs our mood day in and day out. But what happens when this system goes haywire? This is where things can get tricky. Our modern world is filled with what we call supernormal stimuli, things that can hijack our dopamine system and send it into overdrive. Think about it. Processed foods packed with sugar and fat, endless scrolling on social media, video games designed to be highly rewarding, online shopping with one-click purchases. These things provide a much bigger, faster dopamine hit than the natural rewards our brains evolved with. When you constantly bombard your brain with these intense dopamine spikes, it starts to adapt. It can become less sensitive to dopamine, meaning you need more and more of the stimulus to get the same pleasurable feeling. This is a process called tolerance, and it's the foundation of addiction. The brain's reward threshold gets reset to a higher level. Natural, healthy pleasures like going for a walk or having a good conversation start to feel, well, boring. They can't compete with the intense rush from the supernormal stimulus. This can create a vicious cycle. You chase the high, but the high gets harder to reach, and the crash afterward gets lower. This can lead to compulsive behaviors, where you find yourself doing something not because it brings you genuine joy anymore, but simply to avoid the discomfort of not doing it. It's a powerful trap, and it highlights why understanding dopamine is so important for our mental health. An imbalance in dopamine isn't just linked to addiction, it's also implicated in a range of mental and physical health conditions. Low dopamine levels are associated with symptoms like lack of motivation, fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and a general feeling of flatness or anhedonia, the inability to feel pleasure. These are hallmark symptoms of conditions like depression and are also seen in Parkinson's disease, which involves the death of dopamine-producing cells, leading to movement problems. On the other hand, excessively high or dysregulated dopamine activity is linked to conditions like schizophrenia, where it can contribute to hallucinations and disorganized thinking, as well as mania and bipolar disorder. It's all about balance. Like Goldilocks, your brain doesn't want too much or too little dopamine. It wants the amount to be just right. So the big question is, can we manage our dopamine levels for better health and happiness? The answer is a resounding yes. And the best part is, you don't need anything drastic. It's about making smart, sustainable lifestyle choices. Let's start with food. Your body needs certain building blocks to create dopamine. The main one is an amino acid called tyrosine. You can find tyrosine in protein-rich foods like chicken, turkey, fish, eggs, dairy, nuts, and beans. So, making sure you're getting enough protein in your diet is a fundamental first step. Foods rich in antioxidants, like fruits and vegetables, also help protect your dopamine-producing neurons from damage. Next, and this is a big one, exercise. Physical activity is one of the most effective ways to naturally boost your dopamine levels. Aerobic exercise, like running, swimming, or cycling, has been shown to increase the release and synthesis of dopamine. It not only gives you that immediate runner's high but also improves your overall dopamine function in the long term. It's a win-win. Sleep is another non-negotiable. Your brain does some serious housekeeping while you sleep, and that includes regulating its neurotransmitter systems. Dopamine has a natural rhythm. It tends to be higher in the morning to help you wake up and get going, and it decreases in the evening to help you wind down. Chronic sleep deprivation disrupts this rhythm, leading to lower dopamine sensitivity and symptoms like fatigue and poor concentration. Prioritizing 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night is crucial for a healthy dopamine system. What else can we do? Get some sunlight. Exposure to sunlight, especially in the morning, can help boost dopamine levels and regulate your internal clock. Listening to music you love is another fantastic way. Studies have shown that when you listen to a piece of music that gives you the chills, your brain is releasing a significant amount of dopamine. The same goes for meditation. Regular mindfulness practice can increase dopamine, improve focus, and reduce stress. And finally, let's talk about managing those supernormal stimuli. This doesn't mean you have to live like a monk and give up everything you enjoy. It's about being mindful and intentional. Instead of mindlessly scrolling for an hour, set a timer for 15 minutes. Instead of reaching for a sugary snack every time you feel a dip in energy, go for a short walk outside. By consciously choosing healthier, more natural rewards, you can help reset your brain's dopamine sensitivity. You can practice what some call a dopamine detox, where you intentionally abstain from high dopamine activities for a day or a week to let your reward pathways recalibrate. You might find that after a break, the simple pleasures feel much more satisfying again. Understanding dopamine gives you the power to be the architect of your own motivation and well-being. It's not some mysterious force you can't control. It's a biological system that responds to your choices by nourishing your body with good food, moving it regularly, getting enough sleep, and being mindful of how you spend your time and attention. You can cultivate a healthy, balanced dopamine system. You can build a life that is not just full of fleeting pleasures, but one that is rich with sustained motivation, focus, and genuine, lasting joy. Thanks for tuning in and exploring the fascinating world of dopamine with me today. If you found this helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into how your brain works. See you in the next video.